Assalamualaikum and hello doctor. So this is a demonstration for group part. First we check our server identity. When I run the hostname command inside the terminal, it shows server name which is the server bakso1213. Okay, next we look at our network adapter. Ensure that this network adapter has a IP address which is 192.168.1 and 255. So we use this IP address for all service inside the server. So now I will explain difference between static and dynamic IP address. The static IP address is manual. It's never changed. So we use this type of IP address for our server so the client can always find them. But different with dynamic IP address is changed automatically. So the HTTP server give a temporary IP to client device when they join the network. So now I trying to prove that this server can connect to the internet. So when I try to connect with the Google, it show that it can connect with the Google.com. So this is proof that our server has a full internet access through our NFT interface to download packages, to access information, and anything else.
My name is Jill Sharajudi Davis from Baxius 1G1 from Group Fedora. So today I'm going to do my demonstration video about my individual task park, DHCP. But first, what does DHCP mean? DHCP, or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, is a standard network protocol used to automate the process of assign IP addresses and the other configuration details to devices within a network. So I already done my installation for the DHCP. So now I'll only do the demonstration video. So here, the first method, we're going to use IPA to show the server's network interfaces. So the servers has two interfaces. One interface is to connect to the internet and another interface is to connect to the internal network. And then the second one is to show DHCP configuration by using cat/etc/dhcp/dacpd.conf. This configuration defines the subnet and allocates the IP address from 192.168.10.100 to 192.168 to 1.10.200. Then we're going to show the DHCP server status by using sudo systeml status isgc DHCP server. This when we're running, we going to see if the DHCP server is active and running or it's failed. So if the DHCP server is active or running, we're going to forward for show the client receive IP automatically by using the IPA. The client automatically receive an IP address from DHCP server, and it's going to show something like 162.168.10.100/24. And then we're going to test the connectivity. So on the client, they will write ping.192.100 on like the subnet, Then the client can communicate with the server. Then after this, the output will going to be like on the screen. Then the we're going to move to another part, which is show DHP list by using cat.var.lib.dhcp.dhcpd.lists. The lists file shows that DHP server has assigned an IP address to the client. So, and move to another, which is show the internet access on server. We're going to use ping dot 8.8.8 C minus P4.
Is from group Fedora OS. Today I will demonstrating our SFTP service implementation. SFTP or Service File Transfer Protocol operate over SSH on port 22 to provide encrypted data transfer, protecting our corporate credential and files from eavesdropping on the network. For security, we have isolated our user inside custom fruit jail so they cannot explore the rest of our Debian server's operating system. Before establishing a connection, let's look at how testing is configured. Both our server and client is connected to the same IP address. Let's look at our IP address. So this is our IP address over here. Let's do that. Now from our Debian client machine, which reside on the same internet network, I will initiate a secure connection using our designated group account profile, Fedora OS. Let's do that. So FTP S and then our IP address is there. And then enter password. Oh, sorry. There, okay. Okay. To make sure our root jail is secure, to verify that our security rules are working, I will run pwd. Yep. You see over here, it's only this, only the slash. That is the virtual root path of slash. Now, if I attempt to escape backward to look at the system configuration file using change direction slash this, I cannot to turn backward. Nothing happened. And run pwd again. Yep, nothing happened, and it is still the same. This is to make sure our server is safe from the client. Okay, let's try to upload some file next. Let's try this file. Let's create a new file and try to upload it. Dash upload. Let's upload. All right, yes. Now let's try uploading this file. Again, we need to log in to SFTP again. We need to next, I will enter the designated writable folder name uploads to demonstrate uploading data from the client to the server using the put command. And the upload is successful. Now let's try downloading a file. This file is already on the server, so we just need to download it. And the download is successful. This concludes the functional verification for our group's SFTP service. Thank you.
Okay, I will explain about the web server. So for our project, I decided to configure our server using the attached web server. So the usage of web server is to host and deliver digital pages like the HTML document and style to the users when they type our server IP address into the web browser. So now I will check our web server status. As we can see, the web server is active and running. To test the web server web page from the client view without the terminal tool, we open the browser on our device. When we enter the IP address of our server, we can see that our custom Baksu1213 corporate internet portal looks perfectly on the screen.
Hello, I'm Afan Zaini from Group Fedora OS. And for this video, I'm going to demonstrate our database infrastructure. Okay, so first we must log in into MariaDB. And then we can proceed on to create a database in creating a database. After creating a database, we can proceed on to use it. Creation of Fedora. Now that we have successfully used a Fedora DB, we can proceed on to creating a user for a group, which will name Fedora OS. And to create a user, we must also identify it with a password. Okay. After that, we're going to give all privilege on Fedora DB to the user Fedora OS. We can also apply a privilege change by type in a command flash privilege. Okay, now Fedora OS has been given a privilege. We can proceed on to create a table for our team members. Okay. Okay, now the table for team members have been created. Yet the table is still empty, so we have to insert the data of our members. Now we have successfully insert the name and role for our members. We can check the table by type in select star from and the name of the table, which is team members. And there we have it, a table of the table for team members with name of our member and role which each of us have. And that's it for the video. Thank you for watching.
Hi everyone, we're with Fedora OS. Today we're having a quick discussion on how we built our private virtual network for the Baxel 1213 project. Our main goal was to insulate our client machine from the public internet using our custom network, BaxelNet.
Alright, Silisha, you handle the base network and the JCP, right? Why did we need two separate network interface on the server?
Because of the Debian server as our strict firewall, the first interface, PTH1, uses NAT for outside internet. The second, PTH2, uses a static IP of 192.198.1.5254 for our isolated internal network. I also add a DHCP server so the client machine gets an IP address automatically.
How do you prove that this DHCP was actually working?
I boot it out to the client and I run an IPA. It receives the dynamic IP automatically without me typing anything, and I was able to successfully pin the server. Ayman, you took care of the file transfer. Where did you place the SFT user outside of the short jail?
Well, SFTP encrypts our data over port 22, but encryption isn't enough. I use change root jail to lock our corporate user Fedora OS strictly inside their /upload folder.
So it stops them from seeing the rest of the server?
Yes, exactly. It's critical security measure. During testing, I log it from the client and try to type cd/backward to go backward into the core system files. But the server completely blocked me. Uploading and downloading file working perfectly though. Amir, what about the web server? Since we isolated our network from the public internet, what is the web server actually used for?
Okay. So I set up the Apache 2 web engine to act as our local corporate internet. It provides a safe internal portal for our workers to access company news and resources without ever touching the outside internet.
Did the page load successfully during your test?
Actually, yeah, it did. I went to the typing client, opened the web browser, and typed in the server static IP, which is 192.168.1.254. So our custom HTML index page load up right away. So Afan, you handled the backend. How are we structuring and securing the company deal? Company data.
I deploy MariaDB database server to be our digital filing cabinet. To keep it secure, I create a specific database just for us named Fedora DB.
So how did you restrict access to it?
I create a dedicated user account Fedora OS and only give the user privilege to that specific database. For my test, I connected to MariaDB and successfully create a team members table with ID, name, and role columns to prove it can store our data.
Great job, guys. By combining these four servers, DHCP, FFTP, Apache, and MariaDB, on single Debian gateway, we successfully built a secure, self-contained corporate environment. Thank you to our lecturer for watching our discussion.